What's up, everybody? It's Ty the Bourbon Guy, and welcome back to the 25 Days of Whiskey. Today is it. Today is day 25. Rock Hill Farms Bourbon. This bottle is one... Well, actually, let's back up. Let's recap the 25 days. You guys have been along with me on this journey, and you've heard different stories. I've kind of opened up my different pieces of my journey and shared that with you, and I can't thank you enough for being part of that. It's been a lot of fun to kind of go back to the past and reimagine these stories and think through my bourbon journey. You've seen bottles that I started with, you've seen bottles that I've helped pick, and you've even noticed that I had a kid along the way. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate all of the support, and I'd appreciate it even more if you like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Thank you so much. Today we're looking at Rock Hill Farms. This particular bottle is one that is findable, but is definitely very hard to find at SRP. I'll even throw that one on there, because this is one that I actually had gone into a store one time, and I no longer shop at this store, but I saw Rock Hill Farms sitting there, and it's a whole row of Rock Hill Farms, and most people that are whiskey enthusiasts or like to bourbon hunt and that sort of thing, they probably understand why that this particular store has all of those bottles lined up, all of the Blantons, all of the Pappies, Elijah Craig 18 year, all that, so on and so forth. So I kind of just thought, let me just ask, right? It never hurts just to ask. And I asked, what's the price of the Rock Hill Farms? Because I felt like if I know this, then we'll go from here. And they told me $500. And I said, that is absolutely insane to me. I never understand why liquor stores seem to think that that's the way to go. I mean, it's their business. They do whatever they want to do. But for me as a consumer, especially with what I do with content, and plus I just enjoy whiskey, I will go into your store and buy Maker's 46, Maker's 101, Wild Turkey 101, Cooper's Craft 100, Old Forester 100, Green River Wheated Bourbon. I will grab all of these bottles, way more than I'll ever come back and buy these allocated, bottles or whatever the case is. I spend so much more money on other bottles, just trying different things and coming back to them over and over again. Old Forester 1920 will always be in my bar. Rare Breed will always be in my bar. It doesn't matter. I will always replace it, always. So I just kind of feel like I was so turned off by the fact that this store chose to mark up the price and take advantage of the consumer that I never shop there anymore, ever. Because it's ridiculous to me. I think that it's one that they actually told me straight up that they have several locations and they bring all of their allocated purchases or allocated bottles to this one store. And from there, they mark it up. It's, a high median income in that area, so they feel like people will be willing to spend the money. And again, I just feel like they're banking on the fact that, yeah, somebody comes in and they have the money to do so, and they don't really know any better. They just know this is a great bottle. I've got an extra 500 laying around. Sure, I'll buy it. And I hate it, because it's just taking advantage of somebody that maybe doesn't really know. Now, if that's their favorite whiskey of all time and they've got plenty of money to blow and they don't really care, whatever. But I can't do it. I think it's ridiculous. I think that liquor stores miss the mark completely when they do this. I think it comes off as greedy, and just there's so many other ways to go around this, and I understand what they're trying to prevent, but I also feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot by doing this. But either way, my thing is I hold out, and I know I will find this at either retail or close to retail or something, but I will find it at some point. And it did not take me long at all. It took me maybe about 2 or 3 months after that to find this, and I found it at SRP. So this bottle, I think, was about $60. And similar to Blanton's in that sense, that at $60, this is a fantastic bottle. I don't know how good a whiskey would have to taste for me to spend $500 on it, open it up and be like, oh man, yeah, that was worth $500. That's tough. That's really hard. I don't know that there's you know, at some point, you're spending way too much, and the whiskey's never going to be able to live up to that. At $500, this is a terrible whiskey, but at $60, this is phenomenal. This is one of the ones that I really enjoy. I don't feel like a lot of Buffalo Trace products live up to the hype. I'm not really a fan of Elmer T. Lee. I'm not really a fan of even regular Buffalo Trace. I think there's certain occasions that it's okay, but with the hype that it's getting, I just, you know, I just don't feel like that really deserves to be flying off the shelves the way that it does, especially when there's a lot of alternatives in that price range, you know, even for beginners or whatever the case is. But, you know, this is a bottle that I really feel like does actually live up to the hype. I would take this over Blanton's all day, but at that price point. So this particular one, I was definitely excited to finally get it. Again, took some work, took some hunting and all that stuff, and you know, just talking to different people and just trying to build connections and relationships. And sooner or later, you'll find what you're looking for. And that's what I just encourage you to do. All these liquor stores that decide to price gouge and all the other stuff, that's for the birds. leave them be and move on to somewhere else. And I promise you, in due time, you'll find it. Somehow, some way, you'll find whatever the bottle is you're looking for. Thank you so much again for tuning in to all of these videos, because I know you've watched every single one. Thank you. It's just been a great experience. I myself am, you know, have just had an addition to my family, so I'm looking forward to spending the holidays with my family and my newborn and friends and all that, and just sit back, relax, reflect on the past year, not just within whiskey, but in my life, and just kind of go from there. And I think I'm extremely happy with how last year went. I can't wait to see what the future holds. Again, for me to bring in a newborn into this, well, I didn't bring him in, but to have a newborn this year, just absolutely amazing experience. This is my second, and it kind of puts things in perspective for me of what life really is and what it should be about and what the holidays should be about. It's not about fighting over whiskey. It's not about fighting over toys and gifts or whatever. It's about spending the time with your loved ones and just enjoying the time that we have together, because it is very limited for sure. So open up those nice bottles that you have, see what they taste like, share them with your friends, share them with your family. Just sit back and enjoy it. Thank you so much for tuning in to day 25, and I'll see you in the next review. Cheers.